Hey everyone, hello. This is Amogh here, and I welcome you to yet another video brought to you by the Third Man Cricket Show. And आज कुछ interesting topic here once again as usual. The topic is technicalities of a cricket ball, as you all know. So I think it's quite an interesting topic यार because हम लोग बहुत बार बात करते हैं कि यार about the pitch conditions, about the weather conditions, about the ball moving a certain way. I think अगर एक टेस्ट मैच इंडिया में खेला जा रहा है and the next India is touring Australia, that there's not much changes. Obviously the ground changes, the conditions change. Some players change in and out of the playing 11, but the rules of the game are still the same, but there's a very subtle difference that changes, and which is none other than the cricket ball. So I think each brand of cricket ball has got its own features, or has got its own characteristics that make it more unique than one another. And that's the reason I'm here today, just to try and explain to you about the technicalities about three important brands of cricket balls which are used in international cricket. So without wasting more time, let's just dive into the topic, and let's just begin. I'll try taking you through them. So the first one that's used in India is predominantly the SG cricket ball. So I think very important for India, because I think the pitches that are made, and uh, rough conditions in India, that's what we call them, because we used to call them spin friendly conditions till a couple of years ago. But now I think with the pace batteries of all the nations taking over, it would not be right to call the pitches spin friendly completely 100%. Yes, they are still spin friendly to some extent, but the SG test ball is a four-piece cricket ball, so it's four pieces put together and converted into a cricket ball. It's made from superior quality. Obviously, if it's being used at the international level, it's made from superior quality. It weighs around 150 to 160 grams. So anyone who's played cricket here, and anyone who's used an SG test cricket ball might know that बहुत ज़्यादा वजनदार नहीं होता. It's relatively lighter. The SG test cricket ball, the SG cricket ball, it is hand stitched. Here's the first unique feature of the SG test cricket ball. It is hand stitched completely. It has a prominent seam, and its threads are way close to each other to keep it together in the rough conditions. Also, it helps the bowlers grip the ball more prominently. Now, if I may show you what is a seam, obviously सबको पता होगा कि seam क्या होता है. Obviously, everyone is a cricket lover here, but to those who don't know cricket that avidly, this is what the line, this is what the thread. Is what you call a cricket seam. Now, this is not a SG test cricket ball. This is something we use at the club level, called tagaite, but this is what is prominently called the seam. So we'll be delving deeper into the same topic, but I think its thicker thread and the wider thread is what provides a good grip for bowlers to bowl the ball. And that is another characteristic of the SG test cricket ball, that it has a thicker thread. Another reason can be because it is handmade, but it's important to have a thicker thread, because Indian conditions, as we say, they are relatively rough conditions, and the ball has to go through a lot of wear and tear as the game progresses. And if you have to maintain a ball for a period of 80 overs, after which it can be changed in Test cricket, I think it has to be made of superior quality, and that's the reason its thread is quite intact, and that is the reason it is made so strong to be able to persist throughout the phase of the 80 overs. So SG test cricket balls used predominantly in India. Uh, Whenever any team comes to India to play a test match, or even a one day or a T20, that's about a white ball, but predominantly about the red ball. SG test cricket balls are used predominantly in Indian conditions. So that was about the SG test cricket ball. Another interesting thing, I think this is the most important brand right now that I'm going to talk about. I think it's the Duke ball that's used in England. I think you can go to West Indies, you can go to Sri Lanka, you can go to Australia, you can go to whatever country that you tour. But I think England has an aura of its own because of the Duke ball, generally speaking. So I think the Duke ball. Here's some information about the Duke ball. So it has a lot of lacquer on it. So what is lacquer? So if I can explain it to you in simple words, after the ball is made, there is some component that is applied to the ball, like to the surfaces of the ball, not on the seam, but to the surfaces of the ball. There's a shiny component that is applied, in order to keep the balls intact, because predominantly English conditions are very overcast. England में there's no summer season, there's no winter season. Yes, they call it a summer season, but I think England में, if you know, it can rain any time of the day, complete 12 months. So I think to keep the balls persistent, or to maintain the cricket ball, to maintain the quality of the cricket balls over the period of 12 months, I think the lacquer component is very important. How does it help? I think you need to ask any bowler going out there that how does lacquer help. I think that there's nothing better than lacquer for any fast bowler, any seamer walking the roads in the US cricket county stint, or even club level in US, because the overcast conditions, the lacquer on the ball, everything helps. And that's something about the Duke ball. Another feature similar to an SG cricket ball is that this ball is also hand stitched. The Duke ball is also hand stitched, and that is what makes it special. And all 6 rows of stitching go backwards and forwards. So if you can see one side, this these are 2 rows here, and this is the third one, this is the fourth one, fifth, and the sixth one. So all 6 rows of the seam of the Duke ball go backwards and forwards, and forming the ball, hence they last longer. So I think with the SG cricket ball, they are handmade, the seam is thicker, that's the reason they last longer. But with this, I think all 6 rows go forward and backward, hence forming the ball, stitching it together so that it stays for a longer period of time. And another important reason is that the thread crisscrosses each other inside the leather. So I think this thread, now you can see, is going straight around the ball. But for an Duke's ball, it still goes straight on top of the ball, but under this leather, I think the thread crisscrosses each other so that it makes up for more strength and does not get damaged that easily. So that is something about the Duke ball. And going towards Australia, I think we need to talk about Kokabura balls as well. So I think here's the third brand, the Kokabura cricket ball. This is half hand and half machine made. I think this is some really innovative thing in the past couple of decades, that we've never heard a ball being half handmade and half machine made. So I think that's something that sets the Kokabura ball apart. 2 outer rows of machine stitching and 2 inner rows of hand stitching. So I think it starts with the hand making process, and after the inner rows are made, the 2 rows, then on top of the ball, it's pretty much machine made. So I think that's how they do it. And it is a 2-piece ball again, unlike the SG cricket ball, which is 4-pieced. So this is a 2-pieced cricket ball, 2 hand stitched threads again. On top of the leather, there are 2 hand stitched threads, and this has a low seam which helps it swing for 20 to 30 overs. And sometimes the bowlers can have a problem gripping the ball, especially the spinners, because of its low seam position, unlike an SG cricket ball again. But this swings for a period of 20 to 30 overs. And this is still less than the Duke's ball, because the Duke's ball can swing even after 50 overs, is what we predominantly see. Maybe it's what we call reverse swing, but I think this is what makes the Kookaburra ball lethal. And with the kind of pitches that Australia provides, high in pace and bounce, I think these kind of balls really enhance the game of cricket whenever it's played out there in Australian conditions. और अगर बॉस पर्थ पे खेला जा रहा है तो फिर पेस एंड बाउंस की मतलब उसका जिक्र करने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है, बिकॉज वी ऑल नो दैट इट्स one of the fastest wickets in Australia, even Brisbane, if I'm not wrong. So this was predominantly about the 3 important brands of cricket balls used internationally, the international standard. Another interesting topic I would like to cover with you all is that हम लोग बोलते हैं यार कि बॉल स्विंग हो रहा है, it's swinging, it's moving in the air, it's doing this, it's doing that, but what causes the ball to swing? I think this is a very interesting topic that I would like to talk about. So I think I would like to explain this with an example that if it's the very first over and the captain gets a new ball, okay, so imagine this is a new ball, so it's completely brand new. There's no wear and tear on either side. So this is a new ball, but once we start playing with it, I think the dust particles or ball जो घिसा जाता है with the ground, and the ball goes through a lot. The batsman hits it, that the dust, the particles on the ground, everything just accumulates on either side of the ball, on both the sides of the ball, and that is the reason we see players shining the ball on their pants, or even applying a bit of sweat and then shining it. So why do they do that? So basically, imagine that there are this is a new ball basically, and after we play for like 6 or 7 overs, there are dust particles settling on both the sides of the ball. Okay, so for a bowler to swing the ball, now just think that this is just any substance. This is not a cricket ball, but this is just any substance. Whenever I throw any substance in the air, generally, it doesn't move. When will it not move? Because both the sides of the ball are equally weighed, right? If I throw it and I want it to move, I have to make sure that one side is heavier than the other, right? And that's when it will sway towards the heavier side, right? So when I shine the ball, I make one side lighter than the other. So dust particles are there on both sides of the ball. I shine it here. So this is the rough side, this is the shiny side. So ball is going to swing here towards the rough side. Okay, so that's what we call inswing. If I keep the rough side here and I release the ball moves here, and that's what's called outswing. So I think that is predominantly the reason why players shine the ball. Reverse swing is exactly the opposite of a conventional swing. Reverse swing, the ball goes towards the shinier side. That is another component that we'll cover maybe in some other video. But I think this is how the ball swings. This is the technicality behind it, and that's the reason that players shine the ball. I think that's all we had from today's video. If you like the video, please do subscribe to the channel. And I think it is a very interesting initiative. There is a lot in store, and I'm sure we'll be coming regularly with these 12 p.m. 12-minute videos every now and then. So thank you very much for watching this. And if you like our content, do subscribe and do share it with your friends. Thank you. Cheers.